Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Mini a True Nerd, and welcome back to Abandoned Ship. Oof. Oh, this is an exciting one for me. So Abandoned Ship is a game I got my hands on briefly last year, back when I just could basically play through a variety of ship battles, and it was good enough that I actually kind of gave it a little shout out in my top games of the year. I couldn't put it on my top games of last year, because it didn't actually come out last year, and it was in too early state. I hadn't actually, seen the whole thing. But now, I've actually got myself a more complete version, including the actual main story campaign, so it's actually not just the ship combat, which I already know is fantastic, it's also a roguelike on top of that, so... Oh, I'm excited for this one. A wild chorus, the birth of a monster, because yes indeed, the story mode of this game begins like all the best stories do, with a Kraken being born. Oh yes. The Kraken's basically like, the big final rebel ship in FTL, except it kind of occasionally just shows up and hunts you down during the mission. You run into it and have to run away from it over and over again until you're finally strong enough to take the bastard out, which is just quite frankly beautiful. And as it turns out, I am in fact a cultist who just kind of actually helped bring the Kraken into the world. At that point, I basically realised, oh hell, I've just brought a Kraken into the world. Oh bloody hell, I should probably not be involved with this. And on my way out of the cult, I'm basically running through the prisons and I've got time to release 3 people. This is basically me just picking my starting crew. So I've got myself, the severed one, the captain, who's good at a bit of everything, and then I need to pick 3 other specialists. Definitely want the navigator, so my captain can be doing other more important things at the same time. And a gunner is definitely very, very useful indeed for dishing out that damage. Then it's marine, surgeon, or, yeah, the sailor who's good at repairing. Now... the sailor for repairing would be useful, but I got screwed over enough in the demo by hand-to-hand combat when that actually came up. I think I will actually take a marine who most of the time can be doing repairing, but when hand-to-hand combat does actually happen, yeah, it will be useful to have the actual captain and a marine together. So I will take that as my starting team. Ooh, he's called Justice. That's a really, really damn good name. And conveniently, we've actually got a ship here that's exactly the same as the one in the demo. Marvellous. Everyone get on board the ship, start cutting the ropes, and then we can be on our way. Lovely. So choppy chop, choppy chop. And you get up here ready to actually pilot the boat. Marvellous. And away we go. And here we are out on the open sea. Oh yes. We've actually got ourselves a ship, and we basically just tell it where to go, and isn't life magnificent? So basically, we just kind of point the ship where we want it to go, and it goes there. And what we ultimately need to do is go from area to area, because the way the sea is being represented is basically, we're inside, well, pretty much a giant portrait. Hang on, if I just keep going south. Yes, here we go. So we're actually inside a giant portrait, and you can see where the entrances and exits of the portrait are down here on the compass. So it's basically saying, come over here, and you'll be able to get out to the south. Meanwhile, over in the other directions, there are other gates, but those are locked off for the time being. So head over to here, and a patrolling cult ship has stumbled across us. Man the guns, we owe them no mercy. Fine. So, tutorial fight, which will be useful, just in case you didn't actually see the video I did on this last year. So, quickly pausing here, just to introduce things. This is our ship, this is their ship. We are a distance apart from each other. I would like to be slightly closer, so I'm going to pull close to them, because I outnumber them and I've got a marine. So, potentially, if I can board them, that might actually work pretty nicely. I've got my crew members, and they need to be assigned to stations. My gunner probably ought to be on guns. Yes, that would actually be quite bloody useful, as can my captain as well, and my marine can also be handling guns for the time being. Unpause the game. Like FTL, you can pause anytime. It's a very, very useful thing to do indeed. Everyone runs to their station, and we are at... You see here, we're trying to move towards them. This guy's pulling towards them, but they're pulling away because they want to be at the same range that we're actually currently at. So if I actually want to pull close to them, I'm actually going to be needing to do some stuff to slow them down. That's a culture ship, by the way. It's really cool because it's got like little tentacles and stuff on it. Now I just need to pick my targets. I find that when it's like the little basic starting ship, just kind of figure out what they are and what they're doing. So this time, yeah, they've got a navigator, a captain, and a sailor, no actual gunner. So if I just basically throw all my firepower at their sailor and their guns, will hopefully just damage their guns and damage him, and that will just stop them firing, which will be lovely. And as soon as this thing's done, which is my chain shot, there we go, they got 1 shot in there, chain shot's ready to go, fire that at the sails. That will damage their sails, which is listed up here. Oh yeah, look at that, that's nice. So now we're moving faster than them. So now we are actually closing distance, and that works for me, because I want to close distance, though they are trying to repair this right now. And lovely. We're actually into the second tier of range, which is exactly what I wanted. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move this guy over to this gun instead. And we're just going to start actually pelting them with a bit of fire. Because now I'm in range for this gun. You can see here when I hover over this gun on the left there, this gun only works when you're actually within range in terms of the first 2 nearby blocks. So now we just keep firing and keep damaging their guns. Lay a bit of fire down over there, and we can start actually damaging their crew, because this here is the grape shot, which is basically anti-crew but does no damage to the ship. So fire, 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 and fire. Lovely. This thing's ready to go, and that will do a whole bunch of damage too. I want you to target there, please. Nope, sorry, I'm getting the wrong click. That's the click. Lovely. That's doing a good bit of damage there. So we've got those guys a little bit wounded, which will hopefully start distracting them. I'm actually going to move this guy back over here, because I want to get a little bit closer. Yeah, and now, because they've got the sails fixed up, this exact moment in time, yeah, we can't get any closer. And what you really want to do is you want to take out these ships without actually sinking them. You get more of a reward that way. So just basically go for this. Plus, of course, if you're damaging the sails, it's keeping one of their guys busy on repairing duty. And now we're getting closer and closer. In fact, I want to get right up close and personal to these bastards, if at all possible. Yeah, a little bit closer, not so much yet. Watch their health at the top, because I don't want to sink them, if at all possible. They're actually taking... They're taking damage. Why are they taking damage right now? Or maybe they're not, and I'm just imagining it, and just their ship's wibbling backwards and forwards, and that's what's happening. So we're almost ready for another shot here. Yeah. Onto the sails again, please. No, I always get the wrong click there. Because, yeah, you have to right-click with these guns and only fire them after they're full. But these guns, I think you can fire with the other click, which sometimes is a little bit weird. So now we're just moving in, and yeah, I really need to watch the health at this point. So, actually, if we can just get a little bit closer... I'm probably going to actually cancel the actual firing at this point. In fact, actually, as I'm cancelling the firing, you get over to here and start just basically firing at these bastards, because now I don't want to do any more. I may as well get the grape shot on them. So just keep their guns fired upon if at all possible. That's going to be ready. Fire there. Boom, boom, boom. Now we can just get closer and closer and closer, and soon we'll be in a position to actually board, and the grape shot's ready as well. Boom, and that's got all of those guys a bit screwed up. Lovely. So, momentarily, yeah, this guy's had to run over here to his first aid kit because he's a bit worried about his health. We'll be able to take out their sailor in a moment. You're trying to load a gun. Do I actually want to... Yeah, you know what? I'll just basically fire at fairly point-blank range, actually, at your thing there. Haven't done any actual damage to their ship. Come on, come on, come on. This is ready to go. And then we've got... we need to not basically fire again at this point. If I fire here... That's one of you dead, and now the captain, and no one's firing guns at this point. This is just beautiful. So now we're at point-blank range, so at any point we want to, we can board. What I'm going to do, however, first is wait for this gun to actually get another shot in to take out their captain. Then I'll just move my captain Marine over, and we'll be able to take the ship nice and easy, because they're not firing at us right now. So, this just basically fires over to them. Lovely. And now captain goes over to here, and we should be in a position to board, presumably. Maybe not quite. Hang on, just need to be a tiny bit closer. Are we close enough now? Yep, now we are close enough. So you take on this, you take on this. Right, and now everyone just go across and start slashing these guys, please. So now everyone just... Okay, everyone's really struggling to pick their preferred dance partner here. So now we just take out these guys, take out these guys, take out these guys. Lovely. And then everyone just focuses over here. My captain appears to be doing better than my marine. And the ship is ours without being sunk. Marvellous. So that gets me a nice 20 actual... I think that was actually just the basic. Possibly because this is the tutorial fight, I didn't get an actual benefit from that. Let's get out of here and actually take this opportunity to heal up my crew. So everyone over to the first aid station. Don't merge into each other. That's weird. But that's basically how combat works. Albeit this is just a basic ship. Obviously I get to upgrade the ship, choose my cannons, sell cannons, buy new cannons, put new stuff on my ship, etc, etc, etc in time. And in preparation for next time, I will actually drop a quick save. Yes, save position my crew on the ship. Marvellous. So now I can hit this button anytime I want and everyone will return to those positions, which are good positions. Lovely. Now, having beaten that ship, the gates opened and we move forward into the first proper area. Well, actually, it's still a tutorial area, but still, you know, it's nice to be going there. And conveniently, I found some new clothes in the captain's cabin. Marvellous. So now I no longer look like a cultist. And at this point, I can actually create my character. I could be the severed one, or I could just be John. That's fine too. And as we go from area to area, we get flashbacks revealing more of the story. Still loved and always in his thoughts. You were the first. but he knew something within you had changed. Thus you were marginalised, became a symbolic icon with no real power. You didn't care. Something in you was gaining strength little by little. The fog was clearing. Ooh, yes, Krakens and Cthulhu and all that good stuff. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And here we are in a new area. Yeah, we can see this a little bit better at this point. There's actually just basically a portrait. We're just sailing around a big portrait. We can tell from the compass we ultimately need to go over to the east here. Except we can't just go there because the door's locked for now. So hang on, remember that's there. We'll be back for you in just a second. If we go over to this place, then we will see, if we want to actually open this gate, we need to get 4 keys. The way you get keys in this game is by going over to encounters. So basically this is a big open free roaming area, but we need to go and find the encounters. So go over to this encounter over here, for example. Sail ho! The top man bellows. You race from your cabin and squint hard at the rush of chill salt spray. There's no mistaking it, those are cult colours. They've clocked us now, so let's go and murder them. And my crew this time is already in the right position, so basically we'll pull off the same trick again. Marvellous. So just a nice quick easy one there, but on this occasion they got a couple of lucky shots in on our cells, so as a result we couldn't actually close the distance, so I just had to sink them. But that's fine, that's a-okay, they're still dead. And at the end of the fight, don't forget to send everyone over to the medicine table, just to make sure everything's absolutely fine, and then return them to their positions with that very bloody convenient button. Marvellous. So because we've completed an encounter, we've now got 1 out of 4 keys. So basically we need to scour this area here, looking for more encounters. And they could be basically anywhere. These areas aren't that big, so it doesn't take that long at all. Plus, they're very pretty, and you might find other stuff as well. There we go, there's an encounter. Hello, what's this? So we've got cult colours flying high in the horizon. You maintain course and speed. After all, no reason to suspect you at this distance. The minutes drag agonisingly on, the cult ship vanishes from sight completely. We get an extra ration of grog. Well, isn't that lovely for you? And we don't actually have to do a fight, but that's still an encounter, so that still counts as a key. And there's another one as well. Marvellous. So, we've got ourselves 2 cult ships headed towards you from opposite directions. Classic pincer movement. The next seconds will decide your fate. Which order will you give? So we can flee, or maybe try and blitz the closest ship. Oh, go on then, why not? So, I would like to, again, pull closer with the opportunity to. They've got a marine, they've also got a surgeon, but they've got no repairman on board. They don't have a sailor. So, because we've got more crew and they don't have a repairer, and their surgeon, actually, with their surgeon, it might be hard to board them. We'll have to see about that. Don't worry about this for now. Just start laying down some fire on the guns. That's never a bad place to start off with. Especially as... Actually, they've got their captain on guns, so he'll do a good job. But we might be able to pull him off to repair duty. And it looks like their marine's handling the repairs for the time being, though he's not a specialist, so it'll take him some time to do that all as it should do. Also, people just automatically repair the station they're on when they're actually not firing. So my cannons on this side are being repaired over time, which is quite useful. And then wait for this. Boom. Get another hit in on their sails, and now we'll be able to get very close to them. They're quite badly damaged. Their captain is their best person. He's stuck on guns. So they are laying some fire down on us right now. And yeah, they're doing some damage to our cells. So sooner or later, we'll need to actually back off and repair our own cells as well. Otherwise, all this advancing and taking out their cells will be for nothing. Although if I can just basically get some holes on their deck, that'd be marvellous too. Come on, come on, come on. There we go, yeah. We're definitely staying well ahead of the game in terms of sails. Their sails are in bad shape right now. The captain is trying to do repairs. Do I want to potentially... Yeah, you know what? I'm going to move this guy over onto the actual grape shot. So now we just basically keep firing a pretty close range on this guy. And hopefully very soon we'll be able to get some grape shots in. Okay, they've managed to repair up their cells. In fact, their cells are right now in better condition than mine, which you need to watch out for, because if they get a good hit on the cells with their just basic default cannon, we'll be in trouble. But if I get a big grape shot on all of them, that'll pull some of them off their jobs, which would be marvellous. If I can pull this guy off the wheel, we'll be able to close in very, very fast indeed. With their caps on the guns, we shouldn't actually underestimate them. Keep firing directly at their captain and hope we can get a breach in the hold so they start taking on water, because that'll be a priority for them to try and fix up. Also, oh yeah, hit absolutely all of you. That'll be... Oh! they just hit our sails with everything they have. Right, well, there's no point you being here anymore because that's moving out of range. So their ship's a bit badly damaged and their crew is wounded. But until I get my sails back, they can now pull back to the distance they prefer because they're now much faster than us. That's why you need to actually, you know, keep an eye on your sails and potentially have a repairman, because we've got more guns than them, and looks like once again we're just going to sink them on this occasion. Fine. And down they go. Marvellous. So yeah, I'm going to need to actually find a port and recruit some more crew in order to reliably do boarding tactics. Also, they sort of caught fire there. Marvellous. And of course it was mentioned, this is 2 for the price of 1. So will I stand and declare for double the riches, or flee at this point? Escape through the gate, or leave the combat. Actually, no other ship's shown up. Like, the implication there was a second ship was going to appear, but it seems to have not done so. Oh no, never mind. We actually have to make the decision on the actual map screen. So, first ship is creaking into oblivion. Do I actually attack, or do I now basically run? No, you know what? This is early game. I think we can handle it. Let's get straight back in there for the next. And this ship appears to be... Oh, here's an interesting ship. Double surgeons. Okay, double surgeon and the captain is on the wheel, not on the guns. Now that works for me, because that means they'll be hitting me a lot less often. Ah, interesting, however. They've decided they want to be attacking the rear of my ship, not the guns. Because, yeah, the last guy was totally 100% actually deciding that they want to just be targeting my mast with their basic cannons. So... yeah, this'll do for the time being. I think we're in control. This guy can just basically do some healing up. Oh, this ship looks pretty flimsy. It's going down pretty fast, actually. Prepare to get some more chain shot on their sails. That'll pull them down into yellow, but only for a minute. Yeah, they're laying a lot of fire down the rear. Watch out for these guys' health, by the way. Could be trouble in the long run. And also, yeah, with double surgeon, we're not going to be able to do much in terms of the grape shot. So we may as well just try and cripple them as best we can. In fact, I'm going to change my fire over towards their mast if we can. So, there we go. A little bit more damage to the mast there. Let's just keep them a little bit weak. Get right over to them. In fact, actually, we should actually be in close enough position for a ram momentarily. Because, yeah, this is your maneuver bar at the bottom. That fills up as the battle goes on as long as you have someone at the wheel. And that lets you do things like turn your ship around, ram them, or run away. So I'd say just one more quick blast with... yep, this, hang on. Yep, there we go. One more blast there. Boom, going for the ram at this point. So, prepare for ram, and prepare to brace for impact, and kabloom! Yeah, we weren't going to be able to actually deal with that. Also, okay, this guy's optimistic right now. This guy's optimistic. He's trying to actually repair the ship. Didn't work out for him. And that gets us some money and some food as well. Marvellous. Now that gets me to 3 out of 4 keys, because that was 2 encounters for the price of 1, because I decided to fight 2 ships. However, we've got a problem. And that problem is my Kraken sensors are tingling. So unfortunately, scanning the horizon, I see an unnatural disturbance in the water, and it's approaching fast. Yeah, say hello to the Kraken. We're going to be running into him a few times. Where is he? There he is. Yeah, and right now we cannot outrun him. We simply can't. So basically this is just the tutorial for the Kraken, which is just introducing what happens when a Kraken shows up. We're not prepared to best such a beast. Yeah, we're bloody not. Instead, we just have to fight it off. The way we fight it off is basically we ignore, like, pretty much everything apart from the wheel. We just stay on the wheel, so we need the maneuver bar to be filling up here. The Kraken's just basically going to try and hold us in place by stabbing us with tentacles. We need to batter those tentacles with our sword, and... it's a little bit intimidating, the water going all dark underneath us. It's a little bit intimidating there. So now we basically just send this guy to here, this guy to here, this person over to here, and we just start whacking the tentacles, and that's all we want. And he'll get kind of a bit injured, and then he'll naff off for a bit. And we will flee as soon as we can, but I suspect the Kraken's going to get definitely at least one more round of tentacles in. Luckily, it doesn't seem to really do anything to the ship. To be honest, it's just sort of, you know, a mild inconvenience. But I'm guessing the next time we run into the Kraken, it's going to be slightly worse than that. So, Kraken chased off a second time, maneuver bar full. So, start fleeing. Unfortunately, fleeing takes a little bit of time. So, we may or may not be able to actually get away before the Kraken shows up again. Oh, he's coming in. He's coming in. And I think there's going to be a third round before we're... yeah. One final round before we get away, unfortunately. But yeah, just literally no damage to the ship yet. And for the moment at least, guns and cannons are completely useless against him. There's nothing we can do. He technically does have a health bar. I just don't think it actually, like, does anything for the time being. And away we go. We've escaped the Kraken. For now, at least. Plus, of course, we're not done here. I need to find another encounter in these waters. Aha! There's some supplies. So once again, like, it's not just the encounters out there. If you explore thoroughly, you might just also find some scattered supplies, which might be very, very useful indeed. There's another set. Better and flipping. Pick them up, please. Lovely. So I've actually got a bit lucky here. This is more gold than I found when I was just doing my little kind of test game. And there's the final encounter. Marvellous. So... yep, we indeed must flee. Attacking would be tantamount to suicide, so no battle on this occasion. Oh, battle on this occasion. Okay, we were just told this was suicide, but alright, I guess we'll murder them anyway. Oh, this ship does have something we haven't seen before. It's got a mortar. Basically, a long-range thing that often does a special effect. On this occasion, I think it's already caused one actual little breach in my deck. I think this is actually specifically designed to cause a little kind of breach in the deck, which you have to take someone off to actually repair. Otherwise, your water meter starts filling up. And generally, that's bad. So we don't want that to be happening. You guys just target here and here. We're getting closer to them slowly, but they do seem to be a pretty fast ship. Also, I need to watch out, because they've completely taken out my surgeon's table, which is a concern, because that means I physically can't heal anyone. Okay, I'm going to get that back up to at least somewhat decent. I'm sending my captain over there, because he's a good repair person. I think they're really determined to be laying the fire down right there, by the way. Got lucky, no attack again. Yeah, I think we might actually be just stuck in a position where we need to basically just kill these guys, because... yeah, that's a bit of damage to the cannons. They've got one cannon at the back. Do they not have a mortar? Possibly they've got a mortar in place of something, because there's definitely some kind of mortar fire coming in. But right now I'm too far away to see. That's what I like about this game, by the way. Distance defines intelligence. So because I'm in this block here, I can see what their systems are, but I can't actually see exactly what they are. So I can see they've got a cannon battery here, but I don't know what it is. Once I get close enough and I'm into rank 2, I'll be able to actually see what they're firing at me. Whereas if I'm actually back here in the 4th, I wouldn't even be able to see their systems or what state they're in. So yeah, distance defines intelligence, which is really cool. Okay. That's good enough. We've actually got ourselves a working med bay. Get back on the cannons, please, and actually fix those cannons if at all possible. By the way, get their actual bloody sails down again, please. Yeah, whatever that cannon is, there's something a bit different. And we're not gaining on them right now because our sails are also badly damaged. But yeah, we gained for a second, but barely at all. Back over to here, please. And just keep on going. Yeah, they're doing some actual damage to us as well. We're struggling to get up to them. Their surgeon's over there. Their captain is doing, I assume, gun duty. And boom. Okay. Now we can actually get close enough to see what the bloody hell's going on their ship. So, when we're into the second bar, pause for a second. That is a lobber. So cannon is more powerful the further... Okay. That is how you're doing so much damage to me. So I want to basically get as close as possible to you, because then we'll be doing the smallest amount of damage going. Nice. They've also got a chain shot, but they're barely using the darn thing at the minute. Fine. Just keep firing. Keep firing. Take out those cells. Yeah, those cells are completely screwed for the time being. And that means we can now go in for a ram, because there's nothing they can do about it, and that should finish them off. Screw you. And it should be noted, of course, you can basically stack repairing. So if I get all 4 people repairing this system at the same time, yeah, it repairs that pretty bloody quickly. So that is worth knowing about. Repairing can be stacked. That's repaired, and as a result, everyone can now actually heal up. As soon as you heal up, back to your positions, please, and let's be on our way, because now we can get into the next area. So, that's my 4 out of 4 in terms of the actual number of encounters I needed to get out of here. And now, just to head directly there, and if I get lucky, I might run into some supplies as well. No, not on this occasion, nothing new. The gate has opened up, on to the next region. And the next region is going to be... Dangerous past, the crew bombard me with questions. That creature, the cult worship it. It's part of what they call the Great Project. I'm guessing the Great Project is not going to be good for anyone other than the cult. Fine. Maybe we should go and find a port. Lovely. So, brand new area. There is at least one port somewhere in here. There is also a gate on the far side of this portrait, but unfortunately, I don't know how many events need to be completed before it will open. So I may as well, to my mind, just skirt around the outside here, looking for some stuff. Ah, there's some free loot. Everyone likes free loot, because when I do actually get to a port, I will be needing that loot to actually repair my ship and buy some new systems and diddly-diddly-dee. I'm basically just looking for an island that's got something on it that looks like, well, you know, a port. Just check this one quickly. Nope, not good enough. Nothing yet, but if I basically pass by the gate, then I wouldn't mind learning. Aha! I've passed by to the gate, so I need 5 encounters in this region. That's a big island, but tragically not big enough. Another island. Yeah, I'm kind of going to skirt around the outside here. I like skirting around the outside. Like I'm solving a jigsaw, except there's no jigsaw involved. So this probably isn't a sensible way to actually approach this problem. Aha! That looks like a bloody port. Good. So I've got myself a port. And now we're starting to get into potentially some branching paths here. So I buy my crew a drink and the tension eases. As another empty tankard is banged on the table, the crew make life pledges to you. You manage to secure a cheap room with plenty of beds upstairs. Once you've slept it off, you can all part ways. Your head aches more than it should and unease creeps through your body. Heavy mead is a different story to ceremonial wine. Well, you know what, if I'm already drunk, let's call it a night, shall we? And tentacles grasping from every angle, no escape! Oh, I'm still having the bloody nightmares then. You jolt awake, clammy head pounding. The rum, surely. Yet it feels more familiar than that, more insidious. Something within you cries out, and then so do you. A scream, your crew stir from their beds just as the door flies off its hinges, 2 shadowed forms crossing the threshold. Luckily, none of your crew are hurt. Pain in your head subsides, and the corpses are Halifron, nightmarish conjoining of man and sea creatures. Oh dear. So downstairs the innkeeper is dead, the first hint of dawn looms upon the horizon. So time to nip back to the ship, I'd say. And it would appear, in your heart of hearts, that we know hiding is pointless. Land offers no haven, the cult will not rest till they have you, and all free men are under their yoke. This is a problem only solved by shot, steel, and willing hearts. Your best and only chance is to strike a crippling blow to the cult. To kill the Kraken. So I suspect we're going to be running into the Kraken, yeah, quite a few times. And probably failing to kill it until finally we're strong enough to do so. That'll be the point of the game. And what a lovely point. I like it when a game gives me a clear objective. There's a Kraken. Kill it. Marvellous. Let's get working on that then. Unfortunately, the crew I have already are not heroes of old. I cannot force them to join me, and as a result, they decide to leave. So I may need to go and get myself a brand new crew. So, time to get acquainted with port then. First up, the shipwright. So 3 things I can do here. I can do weapons and repairs. Well, first up, let's spend some money on repairing all. Definitely best to get the ship up to full health. After that, it's a choice of what I actually want to spend my money on. I could actually go buying myself some new weapons. Is round shot what I've already got? Hang on. Yeah, round shot's what I've already got. So no need to worry about that for the time being. The only new thing here is a mortar. So mortars fire up landing projectiles on the enemy below. High hull and high section damage, some crew damage, but very low chance of causing cracks and fires. Can be used against sea creatures. Okay, this may be why I was unable to do anything to the Kraken. You need specialist equipment for that sort of thing. Mortars apparently would do the job. So that's one option, 65 gold on a mortar. Option number 2, ignore the weapons and upgrade the ship in other ways. So give myself a little bit of hull armor for, yeah, reducing hull damage by 10%. Some harpoons, so when fired, these embed themselves in the opposite ship. Enemies close cannot actually move further away. Lovely, so basically if I could just get close for a minute, I could hold them there. Hull spikes, which strike me as hilarious, so more damage to enemy ships when they actually ram you, and also when you ram them. And probably a good idea, a lifeboat. So crew can flee to the lifeboat when the ship is destroyed. Unlocks when the hull reaches 0 health or the water gauge is full. Yes, having a lifeboat is a good idea. And probably the reason it's a particularly good idea, let's just take that over there, is because, if we go over to the shipwright, you'll probably notice that some of the ships you can actually buy appear to be kind of worse than yours. Because this ship I've actually started off with here has 2 sets of guns, 2 sets of guns, and then little side guns here, and also space for a mortar. Whereas one of the actual ships you can buy here, that's actually so cheap I could buy it right now, only has 1 set of guns, 1 set of guns, the mortar, and the 2 guns. So it's actually a worse ship than the one you start off with. Why is this here? Because unlike FTL, you're not necessarily going to be spending the entire game in a single ship. Your ships can absolutely get destroyed, and that's not the end. If you actually flee in a lifeboat and get back to port in that lifeboat, then you can basically just buy a new ship and start again and try to keep going. Which is just beautiful. Though, of course, there are big, powerful warships and man-of-wars that you might ultimately want as well that actually are just, they're just big and awesome, really. And things like having, yeah, double mortar slot is probably very nice too. I think I'm going to spend my money on a mortar. Let's get a basic mortar onto the ship now just to increase the amount of firepower I can dish out. I'd say that's probably a good idea. 64 remaining. I could then, yeah, buy more individual... Ooh. I could double up the cannons. But then again, I suspect I'm going to be selling these cannons pretty soon anyway, because these are basic cannons. I'm going to want better cannons. So, let's hold off that for now. Unless, of course, I'm willing to basically sell some of the rear cannons. Of course, when your maneuver bar's full, you can flip your ship around. So, basically, you can charge up these cannons, fire, fire, and then turn your ship around, then fire and fire again. So, if you want to kind of really lay down some heavy concentrated fire, that's how you do it. But you know what, I'll hold off for now, because I suspect when I get to the next port, there'll be some specialist guns available. I think I want them. So leave the rest of this for the time being. I'm happy with my lifeboat and with my mortar. And now, return to the port. And yet more cultists floating around, but managed to skip past them. Lovely. And approaching a tavern door, a hand grabs your shoulder. You pivot, primed to fight. But it's your former crew. Captain, these cultists seem to have tarred us with your brush. We might all be safe together now. Plus, be a shame if we were left out of the songs about you. Not only are they apparently willing to come along after all, they've actually slipped me an extra 79 gold for hiring more crew. Marvellous. Okay, so... we've got to get ourselves additional crew. And our options are, we've already got a navigator. One sailor whose job is primarily repairing has definitely got to be a good idea. So I will be having the actual sailor there. And who else do I want? Probably a second gunner. I'd say, yeah, having a second gunner as I've already got a marine on board. So Trenton, welcome. Trenton? I can't afford Trenton. Guys, you need to give me more money than that, alright? I need more money. But in all fairness, having a dedicated repairman will definitely be helpful based on the fights I've had so far. If I want to, I can also convert money into more morale for these guys, but I think they're happy enough for the time being. You leave towards the docks, which are swarming with a growing crowd. Dozens of ships flying the cultist insignia are approaching. The curiosity and tension is palpable. Yes, indeed, time to go. And unfortunately... it would appear there are now surrenders and blockades and fighting going on. So probably time to start shooting some more bloody cultists with my brand new crew. Marvellous. And yeah, at this point the cultists start getting bigger and I know what you are. You are one of those stupid bastards who swims over to me and causes trouble. And you are. They're trying to head towards me. That's fine. I want to head towards them as well. But... why? Let's get a bit closer to them at least. Let's just get a bit closer. And you, my good man, if they want to get close to me... yeah, if they want to get close, get straight onto the actual grape shop. Because I kind of want them... yeah, what's going on? Let's get close enough to see what's going on here. They've got a sure shot. Prioritizes accuracy over damage. High accuracy at far range. Okay. Why are you guys so keen to actually pull close to me? You don't have a marine. You've got one of these guys, but these guys can swim, but they're trying to pull close. Which concerns me a little bit, but I've got way more firepower than them. So, yeah, now we just basically hold steady next to each other. Prepare to fire. Open everything we've got at their own guns. Actually, we may as well... yeah, fire to this point over here. See if we can do a bit of damage to their crew. Boom, 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 boom. That's a bit of damage, bit of repair going on. Ready to actually fire on their sails. That'll keep them distracted as well. Marvellous. And this is ready. So, let's damage this guy. Nice, because this guy's going to swim over to me sooner or later. So, when he does, that'll be just flipping marvellous. Actually, do I need to be taking out their sails? No, I'd rather be working on the mortar than the sails, because we're happy at the range we're currently at. We don't need to be any closer than this. And their surgeon is, of course, healing them up pretty bloody fast. And their guy is, yeah, he's totally coming for a swim over towards me. That's a-okay. When he comes aboard, I've got a Marine ready for him. So when he comes, and as soon as he's ready, yeah, okay. Take out that guy, take out this guy. Everyone just join in for the second just to finish him off, please. Lovely. That was nice and simple. You weren't even that badly hurt from that. You get back on the cannon. You get back on the mortar. Everyone back to your positions. Oh, is he about to do that thing where he explodes? Yes, he is. Fine. So you can't actually do anything. So just heal yourself up until the goo goes away. And yeah, they're now down a crew member because one of their crew members just swam over to me to cause trouble. And their captain is no longer working on the guns, which works for me. Is the goo gone away? Yeah, the goo's gone away. And that means we're ready to actually fire immediately. Fire all of them. They're nicely clumped up, but we're not going to do that much, unfortunately. We've also got the mortar ready to go there. Yeah, I tell you what, fire a great big mortar shot at all of them. And, oh yeah, that's nice. That's doing some heavy damage to their ship. And at this point, they're going to struggle to actually get the cannons up and running, though. You can just see how effective a bloody surgeon is. Surgeons are really effective. You know what? We should just basically keep firing over and over just to keep that going down. And then wait for a unified chance at everyone. So, get the mortar shot in. And as soon as the mortar shot hits, then follow it up with the grape shot. Boom! Yeah, that's you pretty badly wounded. Unfortunately, not quite enough. Yeah, we'll just kind of finish these guys and sink them. The mortar's pretty effective, though. I like the mortar. That's good. Weapon not loaded. Keep firing, and the next shot should do it. Next shot will do the job right there. This will be... we're taking on water. We are taking on water. That's a bit of a concern. Right. Put that over there, and then you actually heal that because we're now taking on water, which is bad. We've got pumps at the back, though, so we can get rid of that water if we want to. Fire that, and also just get those guys out the way, and they are sinking. Job is done. So, you get rid of that water while we've actually just got a moment's peace. You guys heal yourselves up, because this is just some day-to-day routines you want to actually get done at the end of each battle. Lovely. Very, very nice indeed. So, everyone back to your positions if you'd be so kind. In fact, your position... Okay, we should probably save your position over... Yeah, we'll save your position here. Starting you off on the mortar and then just moving you over to repairing duties whenever required. That's probably pretty good. So I'm going to save there. Liking my new crew. This works pretty nicely. And presumably this also counts as... Does this count as anything? Bar... Ooh. We've got a new bar. How close the cult are to tracking you down. Once the bars and the cult symbol are fully lit, you'll be chased by either a cult ship, the Halifron, or the Kraken itself. Okay, when dealing with events using the cult symbol, you can decrease the bar by defeating the enemy. If, however, you flee, the cult will be onto you. The bar will increase. So at this point, I can no longer go into this actual place because it's now been taken over. So I need to now start actually finding my way to some encounters dotted around here because I need to do 5. And this bar is going to possibly slowly fill up over time as well. So... got to keep an eye on all of that. Yeah, we got something over here. We've got, yeah, 1 cult and 1 just event that's not the cult. Hello, what's this then? You get a telltale feeling, an ache at the back of your mind. You felt this before and know what's coming. You call up to the lookouts on the crow's nest, they confirm your suspicions. Halifron, making a direct line for your ship. There's still some way away, enough for you to do something about it. So, I can either try and escape... in which case, presumably, they'd be onto me. Or, because I've actually got the mortar, I can use the mortar to land a charge in their path. So I have enough time to launch a few rounds at them, and though most are wide of the mark, it seems they've done a good enough job to scare them off. Marvellous. So, that is an encounter, and because I actually had a specialised appropriate weapon, I got a good resolution. The equivalent of clicking the blue thick in FTL, I suppose. Now, over here, we've got cult colours. We managed to actually avoid those guys. They didn't see me, so that's fine. That's a second without a fight. The ship's in good shape right now. We're totally okay with doing another fight, and now we just need to start heading around here. Aha! Another thing. The crewman calls you over the rail, having spotted something strange. He points to the water, where several straight trails are moving directly towards the ship. You instantly know what this means. It's more Halifron! Okay, so, this will be the equivalent of those events in FTL where you actually get invaded and your ship is invaded. Okay, this is where I'm glad that we've got the Marines. So, everyone get over here if you'd be so kind, Captain especially, and then everyone else just basically back them up. So there we go, you 2 guys onto here, you 2 guys onto, oh dear. There's more of them over there. Okay, we need to be... You need to join in. You need to get down there and help out. Actually, no, take out this guy, and then all of you can go over there, and that's fine. How's your health doing? Your health's fine for the time being. Are you all good? Yeah, get over here. Help out with these bastards. Are they about to... Everybody on this thing, please. Wait. Is he on board? Is he on board? Okay, now he's on board. Right, everyone just get round him and just smash him in the face, please. And he's also got health regen. Fine. Glad we actually had the Marine there, but I think that was just introducing that type of encounter. You know, it was pretty simple, really. So, under control for now. Though, actually, I wonder if you could have actually had someone on the grape shot firing into your own ship, in theory. That'd be kind of cool. That's over to 3 out of 5, and I see something over there. Oh, that's one of the hostile encounters. We're already up to 2 on the old Colt bar. Over to here, what have we got? Prominent Colt fleet. Yeah, let's... No, don't flee now. We were specifically told don't flee. Well, apparently one ship broke off, so we can basically take a ship on one-on-one. Fine. That's good, because I kind of want the money. Now, what have we got here? Those guys trying to close in on us, they've got... Ooh. They've got Marines and at least one of the Halifron on board. Okay, and can I see what's the other guy? I don't think they've got a gunner, which is intriguing. And now, no, they've decided they don't want to be closer to us. They're happy at this range. Okay, fine. That's okay. We can totally outgun them in that case. We've got more guns and we've got more gunners. If we can, do they actually have a... They don't have a surgeon. Good. I really like it when they don't have a surgeon. Just basically concentrate firepower on all of this. Make sure we hit the Halifron if at all possible. That's a Marine. Yeah, hit that guy. Boom, 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 boom. And a bit more damage over there. Fine. So now we're closing in on them because their sails are damaged. And we're... Ooh, we're just in second range. Good. We do have one problem, which is this thing over here. You focus on that. I'd rather have the actual mortar continue being fixed up for the time being, which is good. And just day-to-day cannons are continuing to fire. And mortar's ready to go as well. Mortar does heavy damage. Yeah. Keep the Halifron damaged if we can. You get back over to... Actually, how's my... Yeah, my sails are fine. Get over to the grape shot. Let's start weakening them, because I know he's going to be... Yep, here he comes. Fine. So prepare for him. I've got my Marine for this special. I think he's coming over here, is he? Yeah, he's right over there. That's fine. That's all A-okay. Let's just keep laying down some damage on them. And as soon as he's available, lovely. So now, basically, my Marine should be able to take him out. Yeah, winning pretty easily, in fact. Good. And that means we've still got the mortar shots available to us. And that means we can lay down some fire. Yeah, onto these guys. Yeah, let's leave their navigator for the time being. Oh, one of you moved out the way. Just the right moment. Lucky bastard. Right, so he's dead, but this guy's a bit wounded. Wounded enough, I'm going to have him heal up for a second before I get him on the grape shot. They're laying down some fire on my sails. I'm going to actually have this guy repair the sails to make sure we stay at full pace. Because if they get, like, even... Oh, what was that? Right. Whatever just bloody happened there, my guys are a bit startled for the time being. They've got exclamation points over them. Okay, don't worry about that. You get on here. Yeah, if they basically manage to knock my sails down into yellow while theirs are still at green, as a result of that, they'll be able to pull back to third range. The grape shot will be useless. So that's good enough. Get back on the mortar. Continue firing. And yeah, they're starting to look really weak over there. And their ship's actually looking pretty screwed. In fact... I'm going to have you move over to here because I'd like to actually take this ship without doing anything else. So, Captain, you move on to... Yeah, you move on to repair duties. Captain can move on to these guns because then this will charge up faster. The mortar... Ooh. Okay, the mortar does do heavy damage. If this sinks them, it sinks them, but that's fine. We'll just accept it. Boom! And... No, sadly that wasn't enough to sink them. I should have held off on that. I did know the mortar was heavy damage. Okay, fine. Well, I'm going to fire at you anyway. Screw you. Boom. Oh, didn't even kill him, bastard. Well, take out the sails as well. That was somewhat unnecessary, to be honest. So, 4 out of 5 on the old keys right now. And because a cult member was defeated, the bar's gone down to only 1. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Keep heading in this direction. We've got more to do and ideally more loot to find. Because, yeah, we found like 40 gold previously. That's a cult, guys. So, yeah, you might want to deliberately pick a fight with the cult for the sake of getting the actual cult meter down. So, go on then. We'll take out this guy. And what have we got here? We've got ourselves... Is that a different symbol? Okay, apparently someone wants to get close to us. That looks like a different symbol to me. Because last time... Oh, it looks like the same thing. Okay, fine. If they're willing to do that, then... Yeah. Captain, you move over to the mortar, and you move over to here. If we're basically willing to be close by to each other, they've got... They do, unfortunately, have one of those bloody surgeons, which I don't like. But other than that, they're relatively low on people. But if they're willing to be close, you should probably get... Yeah, you should get off the actual sail thing. There's no point you being on sails. Just work on day-to-day cannons, and we'll just basically knacker them. So just fire into there. That's doing a fair bit of good damage. You're working on... Are you not working on this? You should have been working on that, Captain. Right, okay. We got a few people standing right next to each other over here. And boom. Okay. Question is, will the surgeon stop? No, the surgeon is not going to stop doing that business. He's basically going to keep driving. And as a result, yeah, some of these guys are a little bit on the damage side. You're all coming over here, which is fine. Concentrate all firepower into that region. One of them's coming over to here. That's some good work. Right, you need to come over here to deal with the incoming lad. That's A-okay. And now we just basically concentrate some firepower over to here. If you can, come on, get yourself... not quite. Right, everyone just focus on getting this guy out of the way. I'm worried. Ouch! Okay, bit of a big hit there. Right, repairman, you back away from that fight and go and actually handle the repairs because he's almost dead. Okay, he's almost dead. Marine... You get on the mortar. Captain, get on this gun, please, because it's almost ready to fire. And we might be able to take out their surgeon. Oh, not quite. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. If we can take out their surgeon, the rest of the boat will fall very quickly. You get over to here. Come on, come on, come on. Mortar, 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 mortar. Mortar. Nice. Fire that. That should kill their surgeon. And that's... How did that... Are you healing yourself right now? If you're healing yourself, I'm going to be very annoyed. Problem is, we can't actually close on them. Okay. Yeah, he's actually healing himself, which means if I want to, I should be able to close in, because... Wait, hang on. Are there... I think there's two people standing on top of each other there. Yeah, that's totally 100% what's happening. Marvellous. Boom. Hit all of them. And then get the mortar on them as well. Just keep knackering them. Yep, sooner or later that's gonna start stinging. Okay, I need someone just on the actual chain so we can actually get close enough to finish these bastards off. Because I'd like to actually finish someone off without actually murdering them for once. So, watch out for the mortar. Actually, the mortar does good work against people. So, potentially, all these things combined. Yeah, and that's going to pull someone over to that. That's lovely. Now, if we just get all of you... That's a good shot right there. And then the mortar momentarily. We might be able to do some more good work there. Let's just see if we can knacker their captain. Get a bit close, get a bit close, get a bit close. Come on, knacker them. You missed, you stupid bastard. That's not what I need you to do. My ship's in good shape. Okay. Just keep the repair guy. Actually, you know what? Keep the repair guy at full health, because, yeah, I suspected they might be about to do something. What are you even firing at me, by the way? Double shots. La-di-da. Maximum range at close. That's where they want to pull in. Don't know why I want to pull in. I just kind of do. Right, get them over to here. I could do a ram, or I could just basically pull right up to them and then jump on board, which I think will be in a good position to do, because fire that, and then fire this momentarily, and then jump aboard. And boom! Okay, now basically get everyone on board. We should be able to handle these guys. Are we not... How are we not close enough? We really should be close enough to them at this point. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why we're not allowed to board on this occasion. Is it because they've got, like, spikes that are keeping us apart or something? Wait, how are you pulling away from me? How is that a thing that's happening right now? You know what? Screw the lot of you. Just down them with a mortar shot. And kabloom! That'll do you. I think possibly they had some form of... Maybe they had, the sail upgrade that meant even with damage cells, they could be where they wanted to be. I'm not sure. Possibly the enemies are leveling up and I don't recognise the signs just yet. Or possibly either their helm or their helmsman was a higher level than me. That's possible too. Though actually, looking at my crew, my gunner's actually getting better. Mainly because I'm firing a lot of guns. So, that's the gate open. Now I'm just going to go through this area where I haven't been through before. And that is because there's a chance I might be able to find something good in here. Just floating barrels, supplies, money, anything. No, everything seems good for the time being. Yeah, it's an interesting mechanic, the cult meter, because that would imply later in the game you're not really supposed to, you know, murder literally everything. Also, wait, am I currently north? No, that's fine. I'm going in the right direction. Right, on we go. And now I've got myself a choice. And another nightmare gives me a realisation. If I can somehow hit the Kraken underwater, it could emerge and then we can actually murder the damn thing. But how? Consulting your charts, you remember an isle where answers live. Well, that's just bloody convenient. And it would appear that my destination is a couple of areas away yet. Instead, right now I am in flat water, biome temperate, the water is rough. There's 1 port and 3 gates. So if I want to, I could head south down here, or I could head up here, or the gate, presumably that's the one I actually came through, so those are my 3 gates right now. Okay, so presumably I do want to head north, because I don't know if these drawings mean anything, but that looks like potentially a couple of big ports here. Let's head north indeed in that case. So, first things first, go to the Landfall Great Library. We can check where our destination is. Yes, I know, I just did that. And we've got our first little kind of modifier here, rough seas. So let's head over this way, and hang on, what was... Ooh, hang on, I found the port! That was nice and fast. So I could definitely do with just visiting the port, so repairing all would cost, ouch, 55. Okay, that's probably for the best, sure. What else do we have here? So we've got the sniper cannon, so that kind of would take the place of either the chain or the grape shot. Acid bomb. Okay, so area effect lasts for a short duration. Crew in the area affected damaged over time. No hull or section damage whatsoever. Bar shot is built to stop enemy movement. It can dictate the battlefield. No section damage and stops all maneuvers for a short time. Target itself only infinite range. So basically an improved chain shot. Got it. I don't see an urgent need to potentially do any of that. Especially as one thing I probably do need to be concerned about is supplies. How are supplies calculated and how fast are those going down? I can buy 10 supplies for 20 gold. Okay, hold off for the time being, but I'm probably going to regret holding off for the time being. No upgrades I particularly want there, because yeah, I've already got... Well, actually, I've already got a winch, don't I? Yeah, I've already got a winch, so I probably shouldn't buy that winch. Shipwright's got a whole bunch of different ships as well, by the looks of it. I think, anyway, that had a different name to the one I saw earlier. I can't remember. Okay. Do I want to potentially try and invest in some better quality stuff here? No, I'm okay for the time being. What I should probably do is see if I can actually buy myself a new crew member. I think a new crew member will be more valuable than any of the rest of it. So I've got the ship up to full health, which is valuable. Anyone else? Ouch! Right, so you bastards are apparently bloody expensive. And I can see why. They're actually pretty bloody good. This would actually be pretty much the best person on my team. Fine. So if I want to actually be hiring new crew, I'm going to need to actually really save up some money. Right, in which case, we're just visiting here just to do the basic upgrades. So sail back out to sea. Remember that port is there. I want to be heading north. 9. Bloody hell, though. Hello, shipwreck, I'd say. So, you sight a collection of wooden debris, speculate that a ship must have been dashed against the nearby rocks. Your crew sift through the wreckage to to find some valuable materials and sealed containers. Nice. So, need to keep an eye on this up here. So right now my supplies are 46. Keep an eye on that, and I'm going to need another 8 encounters. So, encounter a ship, listing to one side, plumes of water erupting from the deck. Without rapid intervention, it will soon sink. Okay, let's see if we can go and help them out a little bit. You watch anxiously. At boarding range, a group leap across and race to help. Tense moments pass, but even with the help of your crew, the ship has taken on too much water. With moments to spare, everyone is evacuated safely. There's no time to salvage anything. Come on. Please actually... Oh, I was hoping for a new crew member, but they'll repay you somehow should your paths cross again. Okay, we'll see if that leads anywhere. And yes, the sea is suddenly getting a lot more crowded. Hello, what's this then? A vessel is spotted, so its flying colours that signal the crew is starving from lack of food. The crew seem eager to help, but patiently await your orders. Okay, I'm just going to give them 15, because I don't know how much my actual own supplies go down by on a regular basis. So we're going to give them a bit. So they're willing to actually give me 21 gold in response. Okay, this is nice. Ah, you see, now we're into the game proper, I think. I think all of that before this point was... Ooh, hello! Hello, treasure! Right, keep an eye on that there. There's another 21. Screw it, there might be more treasure hidden in the corner. Boo! I like how I'm just in a giant portrait. That's very, very nice indeed. Right, on this way, we're up to 3 out of 9. Let's just skirt around the outside of the level here. Oh, right. Unfortunately, the whole cult situation snuck up on me a bit there. And because I was doing lots of passive stuff, where's that cult ship? It's, I think I just saw movement. Movement in the north. So let's just quickly work around this and... Screw it. I guess we just have a fight here. You know what? We'll take you bastards on. Go on then. This guy's... that does look a bit bigger. Yes. Now, are they willing to actually give close range? No. No, they are not. Okay. What am I looking at here? Double surgeon. If it's double surgeon, there's no chance we'll be able to take those guys out at all. Because they'll just be able to heal up. Yeah, that looks like a bigger ship. Looks to me also like there's double ranks of cannons. Need to get their actual... Yeah, I need to get their sails down so I can get close enough to actually see what's going on. Because their cannons might be more upgraded than mine. We might be at a disadvantage here. So let's just fire at the center point of the ship here. Boom, boom. Actually, we've got gunners. We've got gunners and our captain, which is good. And we've also got the mortar. And also just lay down the damage on their guns and the people who are standing in that area. Boom, lovely. So that'll do a little bit of damage there. Lay down some fire on their sails and just pull into, yes, second tier range if we can. They've got no... Actually, they have got one dedicated repairer, but he's actually piloting the ship, which works for me. So fire in there. We should be able to get close pretty quickly. Yes, and the mortar's ready to go as well. Keep firing. That's a good spot. That's a load of people. That guy dived out the way. I think he's already wounded, however. I'm pretty sure that guy is already wounded because we got one mortar shot in on him. It won't be much, but it'll be a bit. Yeah, he's already a bit wounded, so that's absolutely fine. So everyone just deal with that. Repairman. Okay, get that next mortar shot off, then deal with the breach. So as soon as that's done, boom. Okay. Fire off the mortar shot. Focus some firepower on their... Yeah, actually, if you can hit the... Can you hit everyone? Yeah, you can hit everyone. Fine. Now go and sort out the breach. We're not doing quite as well as I'd like against the bloody guy. Yeah, you get over here and actually heal yourself up just in case you get a bit unlucky. And after that point, you've healed that. Right. Head over to... Do I actually need on the sails anymore? No, because we're not going to be able to actually... Actually, we could go for a ram. Could go for a ram. That would not be the worst thing in the world, because they're low on repairers right now. You're healed up enough. Is there any point you being on the... No, there's no point anyone being on the grape shot. We'll go for a ram if we can. Go in for the ram. And prepare. And brace. And this will be a good hit. Nice. That's done some good damage there. And also... Actually, could we immediately... Ooh. Hadn't really thought of this before, but could you actually use a ram as a mechanism to board? Hadn't really thought about that. That's interesting. But yeah, boarding does not seem to be an option right now, at least. Maybe we just need to pull back slightly. What guns are you using, by the way? 1 round shot and 1 section damager. So no hull damage, but high section damage to whatever it's targeting. Fine, that's a little bit on the dangerous side. Mortar's ready to go. Drop another mortar shot on them. Pull back a little bit. And, oh, that's good. And we've got, oh, we've started a fire. That's good luck, because the basic mortar is supposed to be really low probability of fires starting. But at this point, they're pretty much almost sunk, and we've taken very little damage in return. And they seem to be... I was literally just saying, oh, they don't seem to be kind of doing much with their cannons right now. I say, as they literally fire their cannons at me. That's another breach down there. Repairman, please repair that. So get that sorted out. You'll be able to do that nice and quick. Thank you very much indeed. And this mortar shot should be the end of it, assuming we get this shot in before they fire again. Nice, well done. Very, very good indeed. I'm happy with that. And while it's sinking, just get the crew healed up and also just pump out the water. And we will be in lovely shape. Very, very nice indeed. Now, what else do we get? We don't get anything, because this is the equivalent of, like, you know, the rebels catching up to you in FTL, so there's no reward for this, fine. And the other gate would only require 8 to open up, so if I need to leave in an emergency, that's what I can do. Okay, don't attack this, because because that's a cult event. I want to wait until this bar goes up a little bit, then remember I can revisit that to force the bar down again. So instead we've got, aha, a ship that's not cult. Hello. Your lookout calls down from the crow's nest. A ship is seen in the distance. More details are shouted down about the incoming ship. On face value, it seems you are the more powerful of the two. Still, it's far enough away taking flight is possible. Do we actually know they're hostile? Screw it, engage! I don't know who these guys are, but we're murdering them now, and apparently they want to get close to me. Okay, and they've got... I hate it when they've got bloody surgeons. Right, we're close enough to see what they've actually got here. They've only got 1 rank of guns. So, low hull section and crew damage. Why exactly are you keen to get close to me? Because, yeah, your gun does massive damage at far range, so... Okay, fine. I guess we'll just basically pull towards you. Because you've deliberately engineered yourselves into a position where your gun does the smallest amount of damage possible. So, well done, genius. Okay. Well, let's get closer then. We can shred their bits in a minute. Okay, just start laying down some basic fire here. Boom, that's nice. Oh, an early breach. I like an early breach. And, while they're distracted by that... also take out their sails, and now loads of their crew is distracted doing all that. The lobber's doing nothing because it's too close range. And now we should be able to just get a mortar shot in that utterly nails them. Nice. And we'll be ready for a lob in a second. And point blank range at you bastards. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we are ready at this point. We should be pretty close. Actually, apparently we're weirdly far away, which I don't think we are. Okay, fine, whatever. Right, we're right up to them at this point. We should be able to... Okay, how do you board? How do you flipping board at this point? Because we have most certainly boarded already once in this, but now all of a sudden it doesn't seem to matter how close I am, I don't seem to be allowed to board anymore. And also keep my own sail working, because my sail's a bit damaged at this exact moment in time. Yep, that's good. Keep working on that before we get over to here. Keep their sail trashed. Get closer and closer and closer and closer. Now can we board? I don't know why we can't board. Maybe you need harpoons to board. Actually, you know what? I'm going to fall back to that so we can now ram. Now we move into ramming position and we brace and we destroy their ship because screw them. Yeah, with a surgeon on board, taking them out in order to seize the ship would have been difficult. So screw it. Go for the ram. I should ram more often because that maneuver bar actually fills up pretty bloody quickly. Also, keep firing at them. No, we're not allowed to. Boo. That gets me 21 gold. Very, very nice indeed. Nice and simple. But bear in mind, I'm just slowly taking damage over time. And eventually, that damage is going to need to be paid for in the form of repairs. So the cult bar is also starting to creep up here. So watch out for that. I think I can go this way around here. But if I loop back on myself in a minute, I can basically go and do the cult event that will lower the cult bar. Nothing over here. Yeah. So now I want to loop back on myself. There must be some more. Aha. There's something up there. Hang on. Get that first. And what do we have here? You haven't paid much attention to the other ship until they begin signaling they surrender. Okay, so message them back, you're not actually a pirate, or deserve to be robbed. Go on then, why not? Oh, hang on. What's going on here? I'm suspicious. I'm very suspicious of this. Scruffy looking captain even offers to have his men help you carry them across. Something's not right. Something isn't right about this. Captain isn't happy, you ignore his protests. Once on board, you see hastily hidden signs of combat on the deck. Explore it. Balls! I think our gunner just died. What just happened here? You rush up. By the time the fighting is over, your crew's already won. Sadly, one of them did not survive the battle. Balls. I've lost my gunner. Unfortunately, that was just one of those events that sometimes murders your crew. So I'm down a crew member and I've also now lost 30 supplies to an unfortunate rat event. Oh dear. Oh flipping dear. So, at this point, we might be in a bit of trouble, actually. We could do with some supplies and whatnot. And also, yeah, okay, let's go over here and clear these bastards out, because that'll get the cult bar down. And unfortunately, it appears to be a stronger ship than mine. Screw it. It's a good idea, because if we don't fight it, we'll just end up fighting a stronger ship anyway. Let's get on them, destroy them. So, over to here. move in. Are they willing to... They want to maintain range, and they do indeed look like a nice, big, powerful ship. And yeah, I've now lost my gunner. So, good news. What's more powerful? There's... Wait, hang on. That's one of the boarding lads. It might be a second at this range. I can't tell for certain. I'll keep on with the mortar, because the mortar does do high damage to hull. And we do just need to basically sink these bastards. Perfect world. I'd like to... Come on. Fire. And then just basically do a big shot over there. Knacker those bastards. Fire over here. And a little bit of everything. Fine. That's a gunner, in fact. They've got some form of lobbing weapon. That normally means more powerful at longer range. So I'm glad to be pulling closer to them. Albeit a little bit on the slow side. Okay. I tell you what, as soon as we get up to rank 2, I'll probably move this guy over to a cannon. So, prepare to fire. Fire. Mortar's ready to go in as well. Fire another shot. Oh, we got one coming in. We've still got our marine, though. We've still got our marine. Okay, now we can see what's what. What are the cannons here? Yeah, they do indeed have a lobber. So, I want to get as close as possible, as quickly as possible. And a section damager. I don't think that one's currently being manned, however. One of the nasty lads is coming aboard. We should probably gang up on him. Captain, help out. Let's just get him out of the way for just a second. And, oh, come on, yeah. With the two of them together, he goes down nice and fast. You need to get over to the med table and heal yourself. You get back on the gun. The mortar can lay some good damage on them, which is good. And everyone stay away from the acid section for the time being. And we can't do much damage to them. We need to... What do we need to do? Ideally, we need to take out their primary weapons and get as close to them as possible. You're back up to full strength. We're over to, yeah. Best thing we can do is just get close to them, which will disable their primary weapon. Indeed, the only weapon they've got that can do serious damage. So now, we just basically want to keep their sails down and get as close as flipping possible. Our own sails are badly damaged, and apparently, one of our guns is just shattered at the minute. That's a concern. Don't worry about that. Everything's under control. We'll fix that later. You need to... Okay, fire that, then get on to repairing the sails. So, fire, and now you get down over to fixing the sails, because that's your... You're the Marine! That's not your job! Right, fire at that, and then you get over here, heal this up, okay? We've got a really badly damaged section. They're taking more damage than us a lot faster, but we can't get closer, and their guns are getting more powerful as time goes by. Keep repairing that up. Everything. I need the sails operational, and I need their sails knocked out. In fact, actually, their sails are badly damaged. That'll knock them down into red. That means we can get close really, really damn fast. We've got now a good long period of getting closer to them. I don't think they've got a good repairman on board. That's good. That means we've got time to actually get close. Good, good, good. This is starting to swing in my favour. Assuming, yeah, keep going. And my Marine is getting those sails down. Yeah, those sails are screwed. Going for a ram, going for a ram, going for a ram. Brace, 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 brace. And that's some good damage right there. Right, pull back a little bit. Actually, no, stay fairly close if you can. And now basically just fire everything you got at point blank range. That's all lovely. Wait, hang on, was that one of them or one of ours? No, I'm pretty sure that's one of theirs. Good. Screw you, you stupid bastard. Enjoy being in the sea. But don't worry, I'll be sending your friends to join you momentarily. I don't think you can get back up. No, they've lost one of their guys. They're trying to repair one of their things. You repair this cannon. You may as well get on that at this point. Ouch, they got one more bloody shot off. And I think at this point, one more little moment. We'll deal with this. Prepare to fire. That'll be them in the ocean. And boom. Okay. Took a bit of damage there. We are wounded. And we've got, I mean, hopefully they've got supplies. Really hope they've got supplies. It'd be lovely if they had supplies. No, just 21 gold. And that does not buy much in the way of supplies, to be honest. I think it was 20 gold for 10 supplies. So, we could be in trouble here. So, leave the combat, and with the cult defeated, the timer has been decreased. I still need 2 more keys before anything else happens. Just head up through here. I need to find some supplies. Or I could return to that port. Oh. No. Do I want to fight the cult at this point? I mean, it is an encounter, and I kind of need to get out of here. Yes. Time to get this going. Except apparently, we didn't actually have to do that at all. Fine, that was just a free one, lovely. So I could escape over towards the east immediately, or one more encounter, if I want to actually head out the north way, which is the direction I want to go. That's the port, so that doesn't count for anything. With supplies as low as they are... Oh, hang on. That looks like fish to me! Oh, thank flipping goodness. Marvellous, we've actually managed to find eggs. Good news, guys, we're going to be eating eggs. We've stabilised, at least for the time being, and I've got 160 gold. Which is possibly enough. In fact, yeah, screw it, I should absolutely be... Uh-oh. Okay. We need to head north right now, because we're almost up to the cult being full. Right, visit the port, and then get the hell out of here. Okay? Get over to here into the port, yep, and then grim realisation, somebody's coming for me. And the Kraken's holding back, momentarily confused. Ah, it's because, if you manage to get to land while the Kraken's coming, you're actually in good shape. Marvellous. Now, tavern. Who's here? What we can actually have is... Perfect world, I need a good gunner. And unfortunately, none of these guys are actually any good at gun... Well, actually, some of these guys are actually competent gunners too, but ideally, I'd like someone cheaper. No, return to the port, go to the local shops, and... I'll take the repair instead. I've still got 120. I've now got the fish back. We're okay for the minute. Right, return to port. Get back out to sea. So, fleeing to port is a good tactic when you're being chased down by those guys. This gate is opened. To the north we go. And this leads us to... We don't actually know. You don't get any information. You just kind of have to pick blind. Ooh. Here, it's lovely and dusky. Very, very nice indeed. So, hang on. Back over to the map here. World map. What do I know about this area I've just entered? The water is rough again. Temperate biome. Nothing particularly dramatic. Could head over here. Definitely wanting to be heading over here. Gotcha. Except, technically, is that to the north? Is that to the north? Hang on. How many gates have we got here? We've got 3 gates. But it looks like this also leads to here. Hang the flip on here. Hang the flip on. Okay. It must presumably be this one I want, because that's the only one that makes any sense. Also, is that more supplies? Oh my goodness, it's a bit more money. I'm glad we've got a bit more money. Nice. You know what, ladies and gentlemen? Let's call it a part there. That's enough for now. But, oh yes, you're going to be seeing the rest of this particular run, and oh dear. Just noticed, by the way, that, yeah, my supplies just went down there. I'm not sure the game's actually bothered tutorialising supplies, but my supplies are most definitely going down. It would appear, I think, supplies stay stable until you transition between areas. That's when you need a pile of supplies to actually make the long journey between areas. Gotcha. And it would appear to have gone down by, was it 33 a minute ago? Okay, so it's gone down by 25. Thereabouts. Okay, that's interesting. That's very, very interesting indeed. So, we will continue with this tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been Many a True Nerd. And this has been Abandoned Ship. Oh, very much, yes. Thank you very much, and goodbye. I've created a small problem in my road system, which is, it's literally impossible for anyone to ever go back into town. And this building shall be where we produce our zebras. And this much taller building next door is naturally where we produce the giraffes. Does anyone remember how the road system went? I think it was something like this.